Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks, week 6 of the NFL. And last week I did pretty good. I went 6-2. I went 3-1 on my video picks, and I gave you the teaser. We give you 4-1 because I count the teaser stats. And I went 2-1 on my Twitter under and over picks. The two I lost to was Dallas. They just got massacred. Green Bay, I don't understand. You know, Green Bay's run defense is not that great, so they just come out passing the ball. What are you doing? Pass, pick. Green Bay goes down, touchdown. Pass, pick. Go down, score a touchdown. Now they're down 2 scores. Now they have to pass the ball, and it was abysmal strategy against the Packers. What were they thinking? Why didn't they just watch the last week when they played the Eagles? I can't help, it was a bad strategy for Dallas Cowboys. Horrible. And the other game I lost was the under and over was the Arizona Bengals game. I had the under was at 47.5. It was 13-9 midway through the fourth quarter. And somehow, miraculously, both teams scored 27 points just to bump it over by 1.5. And I missed that under. So, yeah, bad beat there for sure. And on with the comment of the week. Comment of the week is from Sean Patton. He'd just be talking out the side of his butt for YouTube views. You know what? My son was watching that Mr. Beast where he goes around through a drive-thru 1,000 times. You think he likes, fast food that much? He's doing that for views. Me, I'm in love with football. I enjoy talking about football. I do it for views as far as people in my own demographics. My demographics target 97% men in there from 34 to 65, something like that. I talk with people, who love the game, whether it's through Facebook, chatting, the Prog Leagues. I'm in there chatting with them, find out the recent news, and bring all this to you. And for people who have time to do the stats or have time to know who's better, this team or this team, they'll watch my videos. And so they come to my channel to watch me talk about football. So do I do it for the views? Yeah, I do it for the views. Do I make any money off this? Not really. I've been doing this like 5-6 years, and I do it for fun. And I enjoy football season, and I bring it to you. So I don't know what the point of this conversation was. As far as the second part goes, well, Sean, if you want to see a mouth on my butt, why don't you come up to the Detroit area? And you can take those sweet lips and kiss my fourth pick of the week, my upset pick of the week. We got the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Denver Broncos. The Tennessee Titans are a 2.5-point road dog. And basically Tennessee, last week they should have won or came close to winning. They missed 4 field goals in that game. They come off a bad loss. And it seems like Tennessee, every time they're favored, they lose. Every time they're not favored, they win. Here they are not favored. They lost, like I said, they missed 4 field goals. Here they got a new kicker, Cody Parkley from the Chicago Bears. Remember that double doink kick in the playoffs? So they got rid of him. They thought he was pretty good, so they picked him up. And Denver, they're 1-4. They're a 1-4 team. They got their very first win last week against San Diego. Impressive win. I told you they would. It'd be a close game, and they won outright. Now they're 1-4. The public's all over them. They're favored at home by 2.5 points. Denver should not be favored at all. Give me Tennessee with the better record plus 2.5 points. My third pick of the week, we got the Washington Redskins traveling to the Miami Dolphins. The Washington Redskins are a 3.5-point favorite. Now here this game was a 6-point favorite. Washington, I believe, should be a 6 or 7-point favorite against Miami. Miami has yet to cover the spread all year at home or on the road. They just abysmal, and most of their spreads are 20 plus points, and they still can't cover them. This team is so bad, they have not scored a single point in the second half. And here they are, oh, this is the Miami chance, Miami's gonna do it, and the public's all over Miami. And here Washington should be a 7-point favorite. You know, Washington got blown out, you know, they're not a good team at all. They are 1-1 ATS on the road. And they are trying to win, and they just fired their head coach. So usually a team and the players will play better after the firing of their head coach. It's like 60-something% that they win ATS-wise. So here is a perfect spot. Public likes Miami to win for whatever reason. They have faith, you know, they're coming off a bye, and they're going to miraculously turn everything around and beat the Washington Redskins. I don't think so. Oh, by the way, did you enjoy those graphics? So take Washington Redskins minus 3.5. My number 2 pick of the week, we got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to the New York Jets. The Dallas Cowboys are a 7.5-point favorite, and they should be. Jets have to be the worst team in the league. I think the Jets are the only team that has the defense score more points than the offense. Score more touchdowns in the offense, I believe. Darnold is set to come back, but he hasn't practiced in 4 weeks. So we got this, you know, mediocre at best quarterback hasn't practiced in 4 weeks, who playing against the Dallas team. Now I know Dallas, they come off the last 2 games. They have lost their last 2 games. I always thought Dallas would be a better team. I've had Dallas the last 2 weeks and lost both of them in my video picks. And I wasn't going to put them in this week, but I'm like, how do you not put them in there? Dallas does beat bad teams. That's the bottom line. The first 3 games, they're all 3 bad teams. They covered. So here they are against another bad team. They're coming off 2 losses. They're playing a horrible Jets team. So give me Dallas minus 7.5. And my number 1 pick of the week, we got the Houston Texans traveling to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are a 4.5-point home favorite. And basically, Kansas City lost last week. They lost to Indianapolis, who played a great game. Kansas City, bad defense. I get it. This spread was 8.5 points. Before last week's game, this spread was 8.5 points. And since Kansas City lost, and here Houston had a great game against Atlanta, who's a horrible team with a bad defense. You know, Watson didn't get sacked first game in like forever, has not got sacked in a game against Atlanta, and they're like, oh, they're playing much better. And they have 426 passing yards. Houston's great. They're going to give Kansas City a run for their money. But Kansas City, like I said, they're not going to lose 2 games back-to-back at home. This should be a great shootout game. I think since, you know, the Saints in week 1 passed all over Houston on that defense, I think Mahomes could do the same. I know Mahomes has a slight ankle injury. They can tape that up, but he played pretty decent last week. But, you know, they're not going to be able to play keep away like the Colts did. So give me Kansas City minus 4.5. Well, that about wraps it up for those who enjoy just the straight picks, you know, 1 through 4, under 10 minutes. I'm just going to go basically talk about the rest of the games. A lot of these I haven't even, you know, picked yet. I'm just randomly talking about. Usually when I pick my favorite ones, I go, not betting on this game, not betting on this game. So, and maybe, you know, and then you find a little bit of the stats, and you pick your favorite ones, and these are the ones you're going to concentrate most on, and you talk about most on. All right. And let's get to the teaser. That seems to be doing pretty good. I'm about 60% on those 3-team teasers. I've been making money on it all last year, so I thought I'd bring it to the table this year and give you, you know, a good teasing bet ticket. You know. All right. So this week I got Dallas minus 0.5 point. You know, you can probably put that on the money line if you like. If it's a 0.5 point, ain't gonna do you much good. San Francisco plus 11. Like I said, I love having an undefeated team getting points. Add another 7 points, so give them plus 11, San Francisco. And Baltimore minus 4. You know, big spread. Moving it down. They're playing the Bengals, horrible team. So yeah, give me Dallas minus 5 or pick them. I mean, whatever you want to do. San Francisco plus 11 and Baltimore minus 4. Hopefully we get another winning ticket and bring that over 60%. All right, let's talk about the regular games. Well, see what we got here. Thursday night, we got the Giants traveling to the New England Patriots. Patriots 5-0, Giants 2-3. Giants, you know, they're one of those teams, you know, that they just get under your skin. Like the Patriots couldn't beat them, you know, several years back. This is a different Giants team. New England's on a roll, have one of the greatest defense out right now. I think the opposing teams only have 14 points against them, their defense, and lead the league in sacks. Like, unbelievable. I don't think the Giants have any chance, and they're in Gillette Stadium. No rookie quarterback has ever beaten the Patriots in Gillette Stadium. So if you wanted a good suicide pick, yeah, Patriots are definitely the #1 suicide pick. I'm almost guaranteeing it this week. So the Giants give up roughly around 25 points per game. So even if, you know, they give up 25 points, what's the Giants gonna score? Like 8? They still cover. I know 17 points is a lot. The dog has won on Thursday night all 5 weeks so far. So it's telling me the dog's gonna win and cover, or not, you know, don't have to win, but at least cover at 17 points. Ooh, it's kind of hard when you're playing the #1 defense and a rookie quarterback in New England. So I can't do it. You know, I'll probably play, you know, New England on this one. Throw them in a couple of teasers even, you know, knock that 17 points down, make it to 10 points. I just don't see where this rookie quarterback and the offense, who's, you know, Barkley's still out. So what are they gonna do? I don't know. But, you know, the dogs covered the last 5 times. Will they do it again? Everything tells you no. But, you know, I'm going with New England. Next, we got Carolina at Tampa Bay. This game is in London. So, yeah, a divisional game in London. Yeah, another game you just toss out, you know. But Tampa Bay did win against Cam Newton in Carolina, 20-14 earlier this year. This is the Carolina McCaffreys. That's what I call this team. Kyle Allen is doing exceptionally well, I think, for a rookie. I think he's been doing better than Cam Newton. Obviously, he's won their 3 games. So, you know, I think Tampa Bay, you know, won a squeaker against Cam. I think they're going to face a different team, you know, in London against, you know, Kyle Allen. So, might be a little closer game. Tampa Bay's only getting 2 points. So, yeah, I'd probably lean Carolina minus that 2. But I don't have a pick yet, but that's what I'm leaning towards. See, next we got Cincinnati at Baltimore. Baltimore is laying 11 points. Like I said, I got them on my teaser. They're definitely going to win. Cincinnati's 0-5. Baltimore's 3-2. They dropped their last couple games. Baltimore wants to keep this, you know, close in their division. Want to stay on top. They lost their Browns and barely beat Pittsburgh, right? So, yeah, and so they're 1-1 in the division. I believe that's right. And so here they are playing another divisional team. They're just going to have to win this game, you know, bottom line. Cincinnati, when I watched them last week, you know, couldn't catch the ball. You know, hello, the ball's right to you, and just fumble fingers, man. Up until the last quarter, what the heck happened? I bet you they're missing Marvin Lewis now. You know, they had a bad team. At least, you know, get them, you know, close to 500. But my goodness. So yeah, the Bengals are averaging 16 points, and nothing to write home about. Usually these two teams meet. They're usually the winner wins by 6 points or less. So that's why the teaser comes into play. You know, you got that. Yeah, this is a different Bengals team. So yeah, I'm taking Baltimore -11. You know, that's been my downfall all year, is these big spreads. And usually when you play the games, you take that big number, no matter what, no matter what team's playing. But there's so many bad teams this year, so many backup quarterbacks, so many teams that seem to want to tank and just, you know, get on with the new season. I couldn't be a fan of that team. You know, if I saw the Lions do that, it would just be heartbreaking, you know, to me as a fan. So it's kind of hard to, you know, swallow 11 points, but I'm gonna do it. You know, this is the week. I've been losing on my pools downward, these big numbers, and taking these numbers and they're not covering. So I'm gonna start taking these big numbers and just watch, and none of them will cover. Watch. We'll see. You know. All right, next we got Seattle at Cleveland. Seattle 4-1, Cleveland 2-3. You know, Cleveland allows 23 points per game, and it seems like it was Cleveland favored, and then it went to money line, and then now Seattle's favored. It's going back and forth. Seattle went up as far as the public views, the public, you know, betting, because of that bad loss Monday night. Cleveland's on a short week. Seattle's on a long week. That's another reason. Yeah, take Seattle, but they're in Cleveland. Seattle usually plays close to the road, 2 points. So I'm leaning Seattle, but I haven't decided yet. We'll see how it goes. Next is New Orleans at Jacksonville. You know, Jacksonville is actually a 1-point favorite in this game. Saints are 4-1, where the Jacksonville Jaguars are 2-3. So should Jacksonville be laying any points at all? I know 1 point is not a lot. Maybe this game should have been a pick 'em at the best, but 1 point, I get it, not a lot. But you know, Teddy Bridgewater has a 108.5 passer rating in the last few games. That's exceptionally well. I know big Minshew mania, Publix loves that mustache. I get it. Got one right here. But guess what? I'm not going to win any football games. So I'll probably take the Saints on this one, just because, you know, I'm pulling points. It wouldn't be a bad idea to throw them in a teaser somewhere as well. Throw even more points on. So yeah, give me the Saints on this one. Next we got Philadelphia traveling to Minnesota. Philadelphia 3-2, first place in their division, where you got Minnesota 3-2 and last place in their division. Tells you the difference of strength in their division. Minnesota needs to win this game just to keep up with the, you know, Lions and the Packers and the Bears. Philadelphia, like I said, they're on top. They're with the Cowboys, the only two teams to have a chance to win that division. Philadelphia has a good run defense. They're banged up a little bit. Minnesota's 2-0 ATS at home. I went back and forth on this game. I like, you know, both teams. It's hard to say. It's only a 3-point spread. But I'm probably taking Minnesota at home, as they are 2-0 ATS-wise, and should get the job done as they need this win. More desperate than Philadelphia. Next, we got San Francisco traveling to the Los Angeles Rams. San Francisco 4-0. And the Rams are 3-2, who dropped their last couple games. Rams are 4-1 ATS at home. They've had extra time to prepare. San Francisco's on a short week, but they're undefeated. They're 4-2 in Los Angeles against the Rams in past history. They have a great run game as well. They just ran all over Cleveland. They have problems with field goals. Gold missed 3 of them. At the end of the game, they finally made one. And we're like, yeah, he finally made one. But and that might come into play. A lot of people say, hey, this game might be, you know, 3 points or less. Gold's having problems with field goals, so they're taking the Rams. But then again, you know, you got San Francisco's undefeated. Perfect place for a teaser. You know, you're getting an undefeated team. You're getting 4 points. You can tease them to the bank. You know, that's money in the bank. That's why I got them on my teaser list. As far as the game goes, Like I said, I'd probably hedge it. I probably think Rams might win in a squeaker. As they're a home team, 4-1 ATS. It's hard to say if they win by 3 or win by 4, win by 7. But I like the Rams as far as just straight up wise. But like I said, that teaser play is like a good one for San Francisco. So I'm taking the Rams ATS wise, but I'm probably taking San Francisco with those points. As they could win outright. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a good game. Probably the game of the week, next to the Monday night game. So next we got Atlanta at Arizona. Every week I say I'm not gonna take the Falcons. I can't. They're just so bad on defense. I mean, the offense, mass yards, plenty of catches, fantasy league dream house. Their defense is just so bad. So bad. And every week I say I'm just not going to take Atlanta. But, their schedule is so easy. You think, I had Atlanta going in second place in their division. They're at 1-4. And they're playing easy teams and they still can't win the games. I don't get it. And they're the only team that's on back-to-back road games this week. They're 0-3 ATS-wise on the road. They just can't get it done. I know. I see Dan Quinn, leaving his, getting fired. But, the owner says, oh, his job's fine. But I can guarantee, if they lose to the Cardinals in Arizona this week, I can almost guarantee his job's gone. And, Arizona, 1-3-1, I think. They got one win. They won last week in Cincinnati. And they tied the Lions, Here they are, they got a better record, and Atlanta's favored somehow. I don't get this. My heart says, yeah, there's a better team than Atlanta, like most people who know anything about Atlanta. But here we got Arizona as a home dog, getting points, So I might go, Arizona on this, but if I decide to put any money on this game, it'll be Arizona at home taking points. Maybe a good teaser as well. David Johnson might be questionable in this game, but still Arizona seems to be the team to take on this one. Next we got the Sunday night game. We got Pittsburgh and the Chargers. Here we are again, another team like the Falcons. The Chargers, have all the talent in the world, but can't seem to get a win. They're 2-3. At least they got a better record than the Falcons by one game. The spread was 5.5 points and moved to 7. Once Rudolph was out, he got banged up, concussion protocol, bad hit. I mean, he got hit and he was unconscious before he hit the ground. I mean, and then they bring in Devlin Hodges. And I had to do some research, some digging on this. This guy's like Rudy, and he comes into this, he's undrafted. He comes into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's like, hey, we kind of like you. We'll put you on the practice squad. You look pretty decent. Can the Chargers flub this one up? Sure they can. They can flub up every game, as we saw last week, as I picked the Broncos in a divisional game. This is a non-divisional game. It is a conference game. So, I'm definitely taking the Chargers at 7 points. Should be a piece of cake. Even if this guy from Samford College, throws a couple pick sixes, you got it in the bank. So that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm probably taking Chargers -7. I don't see why anybody would pick Pittsburgh, but just stay away from game. But yeah. Seems like Chargers a pick. Even a good teaser, like I said, if you're in the teasers, you bring Chargers, minus, on the money line, not a bad play as well. But I don't see Pittsburgh winning this game. I don't see how the Rivers and the Chargers can flub this game up so bad, or they're losing by some college out in the middle of Alabama, and have this guy come in and beat you. How bad can that be? I don't think I'd be shell shocked if the Chargers lost. So you put Chargers in your suicide pick, put them on the money line, And I'll probably pick them up to 7 points as well. So, all right, next we got the Monday night game. You know, some people just come to my video just to hear me talk about the Lions. Why? I don't know. Because I can rant all day about them. Here we go. I even skip the rant sometimes because I just get too emotional about the Lions. All right, so here we go. Detroit's traveling to Green Bay. Detroit has swept the Green Bay Packers in the last 2 years. There are 3 out of 4 games in Lambeau Field, the last 4 meetings. I know Aaron Rodgers only played a couple of those games. In a divisional game, everybody's out for Rodgers. And this, I am not kidding you. One shoulder injury was when they played the Vikings. And another shoulder injury was when they played the Bears. They're all out to Rodgers. I know Detroit's knocked them out a few years ago as well. And they know if you knock out Rodgers, this game, is easy win. I even seen them, Lions go in there and knock him out of the game, and he comes back at halftime, comes back and beats you. I'm like, so nobody likes playing Rodgers in this division. It's definitely a heated battle. Usually, see, this is going to be a pros versus Joes match. All the pros are going to be on Detroit because they know it's going to be a divisional game. You're getting points. Detroit plays Green Bay well. But all the Joes are like, oh, Aaron Rodgers, that's all you need. That's all you need. Give me Aaron Rodgers. I don't care what the spread is. I'm picking Aaron Rodgers. And that's how this game is. If you look at it that way, that's how it goes. Another person on Green Bay is Aaron Jones. He is doing exceptionally well. I think he leads the league in NFL rushing touchdowns right now. So you got the arsenal attack of Aaron Rodgers, the ground attack of Aaron Jones. So Detroit's defense, they're showing signs of improvement, but it's going to be a tough task to ask, to play the run and the pass. So I get it. Usually this is an 8-point spread. Every time Detroit goes in Green Bay, it's an 8-point spread. And usually the Lions will cover that. But now Vegas is like getting a little smart, and they dropped it down to 4.5. So now it's right at that 3-4 area. Makes you wonder who to bet on. I usually how I usually play this game. I play heavy on Green Bay. I play a load of money on Green Bay, and if my Lions lose, at least I got some money. But if the Lions win, then I'm like, oh, it's worth losing that money. My team won. That's how usually I play it. But the hard part is, in the last few years, is the Lions, they go in, don't win, but cover the number. So not only do I get the loss of the Lions, I also lose the money as well. So that's a heartbreaker. That is, big time heartbreaker. That's why I don't like the Chiefs game. They lost, but covered the number. So what do? I'll probably, since the Lions got new coach Patricia, he's the X factor in this game. How good is he going to be this year? Last year, I understand, was his start year. He didn't play well. He's getting the feel of things. Now he's getting to move personnel how he wants it. Darius Slay, he's questionable. They don't know if he's playing or not. He's a big contributor to the Lions defense. I will probably wait till the end, Monday night, when the public lays more money on the Packers, and wait till right half hour before kickoff and play my Lions. That's what I'm going to do. You don't have to follow that, but I'm just giving you the scoop. So that's it for the week. If you want my unders and overs, you can follow me on Twitter at halfmooner and the number 2 at Twitter. Check me out there. Also, check the links below. All the prognosticators, all my friends that I with Facebook. All of us do videos. Great bunch of guys. Loads of information. If you got time, spend them watching those videos. And have a lot of fun. Even just signing up for the Facebook page and seeing the news on what's the latest news and what everybody's playing. Having fun, man. That's all it's about. So I appreciate you coming. Like and subscribe. Don't forget, I'm getting great subscriptions this year, and I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me so far. And no, I'm not talking out the side of my butt. See you next week. Peace. You enjoy placing a few bucks on your favorite team? Maybe try your hand at cards or on the slots. Use me as a reference and head over to my Twitter and click on the link below and receive a new member bonus and help support this channel. Bovada, just better. Those guys talking about me again? Be quiet down there. I got this handled, alright? Good, I'm ready for week 6 picks. Now let's get those views. Hey, didn't I lose you on week 4?